Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Crypto. That was the original intro with a long pause and the raising of the coffee. I don't actually have the camera on but I am raising my coffee to any viewers or listeners of today's Coffee and Crypto. Wow, what a past week it's been. It's been pretty crazy. We've seen massive fear, massive panic, uncertainty with global wars, the world ending, everyone's going to war. And then we've seen a massive retracement. Bitcoin has risen from the ashes, risen from the fear. Bitcoin got down as low as is shown on TradingView as $48,000, and today we sit at $61,000. Time recording this video, $60,800. But before I came on stream, I went and checked an old Coffee and Crypto stream to see what the intro was like. And it was interesting. The price of Bitcoin at the time was like $26,000, $28,000. And XRP was actually 58 cents. So XRP now is 59 cents, but Bitcoin is up at $61,000. So yeah, the market has seen a massive crash, massive panic, capitulation. We've seen, cascading liquidations across the market. We've seen red all across the board, but then mysteriously out the blue, Bitcoin recovers. All of those panics seem to be behind us, and people are now calling for 100k Bitcoin again, which is pretty insane when you think of last week people were saying that's it, it's over, Bitcoin's going to zero, the world is in turmoil, so that means that Bitcoin must go down. That is one of the things that I really don't understand the narrative with. And maybe that's why I don't panic when Bitcoin crashes. And I've got a new mouse, so I need to work out how to zoom in with this new mouse. In fact, I don't want to press it. The mouse has got a lot of different things on it, but I won't press it. But yeah, that is one thing that I don't understand. When the world is in panic, when there's wars breaking out everywhere, why on earth would you want rid of your Bitcoin? That doesn't make sense. Bitcoin is the only asset in the world, maybe apart from gold, that sits outside every country in the world. Why would you want to rush to dollars or rush to pounds when supposedly America or the UK is going to war? Why would you want to hold a currency that is tied to a war? It doesn't make sense. So if there is a war, would you not want to hold an asset that is decentralized across the world and not held or owned or controlled by a country? It confuses me, it really does. It's weird, it's strange. But I did mention on last week's video that it works when prices go up or down, that it's basically just a race and a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we get a really scary news story come out, and then people say, wow, that's a scary news story, Iran's going to bomb Israel, that means that the price of Bitcoin's going to dump, so that means that I'll go sell my Bitcoin now before everyone else sells it. So it's not the actual story that causes the price to drop, it's the fear of the price dropping because of the story that causes people to sell their Bitcoin, which then causes the price to go down because everyone's rushing to beat each other, to sell first, to beat the dump. So yeah, that is why long-term holding is the way forward. Rather than trying to trade, buying and selling, you're just going to get wrecked, because a lot of people would have sold Bitcoin down here at $48,000 last week, in an absolute panic. Oh no, that Iran's going to war with Israel. I better sell my Bitcoin. It's at 49k, it's going to zero. And then within the space of a few days, it's back at 60k again. So those people who sold 49k will feel pretty terrible that they were duped by that. That is a cool feature that has been added to CoinMarketCap. I did mention that on last week's stream. But let's have a quick look at the prices. If you're listening to this and you're not watching, I'm going to run through the prices now. So Bitcoin is currently $60,800, Ethereum $2,600, BNB $507, Solana $157, XRP 58 cents, Toncoin $6.47, and Dogecoin 10 cents. So yeah, over the past week, XRP is the only cryptocurrency that is sitting up after the panic capitulation crash that we had. So yeah, prices are looking okay. We're still on track. What I would say with prices is you can expect more panic, because when there is these kind of liquidations in the market and basically margin calls in the market, it can leave tremors that can pop up after a few days, after a week, after 2 weeks, when all the margin calls have been called and push comes to shove, and companies start going bankrupt, start going bust. If you remember back in the FTX collapse, the weeks after that was pretty rough for companies going out of business, big losses, big financial losses. So although I do believe that the bottom is in, that doesn't mean that we can't come down near the bottom again, although the bottom, in my opinion, has been set. So that is prices. But let's have a look at the news. So first of all, I wanted to share, again, it's annoying, in fact, I could try to see if I had my other mouse. This new mouse, I don't know how to zoom in, unfortunately. There are so many buttons on it. Oh, that never worked. But anyway, here we go, big news. The XGB token is coming to SwissBorg on the 19th of August in partnership with XBORG. It is backed by over 9 million in funding and partnered with gaming giants like Team Liquid. XGB powers a protocol designed for success with an industry-leading team at the helm. XGB is the token, and the TGE is going to be in the 19th of August. So if you participated in the seed round on SwissBorg, you will see that token generation event in the SwissBorg app. So your tokens will be distributed to the SwissBorg app, which is cool. Keeps it all in app. Also as well, they changed in fact, let me go and have a look. They changed the launch of the token, which I do agree with. I voted on that. So here it is here. So we're proud to announce that the XGB token is going to launch in the 19th of August, and it's an on-chain fair launch. 100% a community raised token is unlocked, and it's going to be via SwissBorg, Radium, and Uniswap. So rather than a high fully diluted value of the token, it's just going to be 100% of the token unlock on day dot. So a bit different from how other projects do it, because a big problem in the crypto industry, I would say, over the last couple of years is that high, really, really high fully diluted valuation of new token launches, which just destroys the price in the long term. So XBORG have put it out to the community to say, do you want to do that kind of high fully diluted valuation, or do you want to do a 100% unlock, decentralized launch, leave it up to the people to decide the value? And the majority rule was the fair launch, decentralized launch. So that'll be fun. But let's have a look at the next one, the news. So This one I found strange, and it ties into my thesis that there is a vendetta against XRP by the crypto establishment, let's say. So on CoinDesk, so we had basically the kind of biggest news of the year that Ripple has came out of the other end fairly unscathed from the SEC's attack. The Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse called it a huge victory for Ripple and for the entire crypto market, because Ripple has basically defended and beaten the SEC. But then you come over onto the biggest cryptocurrency news site, and the story is nowhere to be seen. There's nothing here. If you scroll right down to the bottom corner, you've got this here. But yeah, no big headlines on the story. Then if you come over onto Cointelegraph, which is the other biggest crypto news provider, and the editor's choice, there is nothing. So on the main screen, there is nothing about the XRP, nothing about Ripple. Scroll down here, nothing about XRP, nothing about Ripple. But if you go into the hot stories, which is based on views, Ripple is the top. XRP is the top story based on views. But it's nowhere to be seen. People need to go find that story and then view it for it to come up here at the top, the highest viewed stories. So yeah, I found that interesting when I was looking for XRP news this morning, that I had to really go digging for it. It wasn't right there in my face, which it should be with news that big. But anyway, let's jump into it. So XRP jumped 17%, beating Bitcoin gains as Ripple SEC case ends. Trading volume nearly tripled, and open interest on XRP tracked futures jumped $200 million in the past 24 hours. So XRP surged 17% after a court ruling in the case involved Ripple and the SEC. This led to a jump in its price from 50 cents to 65 cents and a significant increase in trading volume. The judge ordered Ripple to pay $125 million in civil penalties and agreed to an injunction against future securities laws violations, although an appeal by the SEC is expected, potentially extending the legal proceedings. Surely not. I would never put it past them, but surely not. Just going to have a wee sip of my coffee. So XRP surged 17% to lead market-wide gains after the US judge made a milestone ruling in a long-running case between the closely related Ripple Labs and the SEC. Crypto traders were widely expected a settlement in the case throughout July, with the tokens drawn outsized attention from South Korean markets and beating gains in major tokens on several days, as reported. On Wednesday, a federal judge ordered Ripple to pay $125 million in civil penalties. I mention this on every Coffee and Crypto. It repeats the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. It's ridiculous, and only, how many paragraphs is that? 6-7 paragraphs. It repeats the same thing over and over again. It's bonkers. Just to fill out the ad. Why not just keep the ad short and sweet if that's all you've got to say? Anyway, so yeah, without reading the same thing 10 times, let's look at this tweet. So here we've got here James Fillon, who is the kind of main reporter lawyer on this case. So breaking, Judge Torres has issued a ruling on the SEC's motion for remedies. And then we've got, finally, over for now. Thanks again, James. Here are my quick takeaways from the ruling. So yeah, markets positively reacted to the ruling as prices of XRP zoomed to 65 cents from 50 cents, and trading volumes jumping to $4 billion in the past 24 hours. As such, there were $6 million in short liquidations on XRP track futures, suggesting the movement was spot driven. And then meanwhile, open interest, or the number of unsettled futures contracts on XRP tracked, rose by $200 million in the wake of the ruling. Indicative of the new money entering the market, data shows that over 60% of these traders have a long bias and expect prices to increase further. Yes, I should hope so. XRP was one of few major tokens in the green during the Asian morning trading hours amid a flat market. Meanwhile, Toncoin jumped nearly 6%. 6%? That's a new one. 6%. 6%. After Binance announced it will list on Ton's marketplace. Bitcoin and Solana were unchanged in the past 24 hours as data showed, while Ether dropped 3%. And then, yeah, we've got some more filler there, which is unrelated to the XRP story, but I'm going to get up the chat right now. Have a wee look in the chat. Oh, it's good to see as well in the chat that there was likes on the stream before it even started, so appreciate that. Thank you. So morning all. So the XBORG team supposedly said before the DEX launch vote was even an option that $2 was something to aim for. I wonder what number they may be now with no vesting period. Yeah, true. True. I'm not too sure on the TGE price for XBORG, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because sometimes, I would say that decentralized launches are actually better because all the tokens are out. Anyone who basically panic sells initially, they're out, and yeah, you know where you stand. People are either out or they're in. They're going to be long-term holders or they're going to panic sell. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. The only thing is that I think it would have been better doing it in September or October with market conditions, because yeah, it's going to be interesting over the next month. I would say month and a half. We could see more panic, because one thing I mentioned before is that they will use the Mt. Gox FUD again. They will definitely use that again. Which, let me see if we can see it on here. If there's any stories of the Mt. Gox. Yeah, so there's US government Silk Road confiscated funds. They use that. So basically, I think that over the next month or so before we reach Q4, they can still pull the Mt. Gox card. They'll use that again. And then panic will set in the market. Oh, Mt. Gox is happening. They're distributing all the Bitcoin. That means price is going to crash. I think there will be panic again over the next month. So if there is panic, that is not the best time to launch a cryptocurrency, but maybe it could be for the best, because it is a decentralized launch, and when that big panic happens, the price of XBORG will probably crash, because yeah, it's a mass kind of liquidation across the board. People sell everything. So yeah, maybe that will be a good thing, because those who won't be strong enough to hold the token anyway, they'll be shaking out straight away as soon as it launches. So that could work out for the better. And if you remember LimeWire, that was very similar story. So LimeWire launched here, and it just literally crashed immediately on launch. It pumped way up and crashed immediately. So LimeWire launched in, what was that, like May 2023, and then had a massive crash. So all of the people are out here when this price is crashing. That is just people sell. And then it went sideways for months. Then it done thousands of percent gains. And the reason it was able to do thousands of percent gains was that all of the people who were in initially had all sold. They'd all panic sold. Then it was able to do thousands of percent gains because there was no sellers left. They'd all sold. So yeah, something like that could be similar to XBORG. We could see something similar to that. So that'd be interesting. Do you think we'll ever get XRP price action? Yes. However, again, as I say, I'm not expecting anything from the entire market until October. If it happens before then, that's amazing. But yeah, I'm not expecting it before then. But what I do expect is that XRP has just been basically given the green light, let's say. So this is the XRP chart here, which you can't see because I can't fix the zoom, unfortunately, on this. So yeah, this is the XRP chart. What I do expect is to see another scare in the market, because basically with XRP now, a lot of people think that, right, we've got clarity, the case is over, that means it can only go up from here. And what the market always does is trick people. The market is not easy. No market is easy. It's very difficult. So if XRP was just the case is closed and then the price is just to pump, clear skies ahead, sunshine and rainbows, on our way to $8, $9, $10, everybody wins, it's easy. It just can't happen like that. I don't believe it can happen like that. It'd be too easy. It needs to be difficult. So what would be the difficult? How could we find a difficult situation with XRP? And what would a kind of max pain event be for XRP and XRP holders? Would be that after the case is settled, then it dumps. Because when it dumps, people who've been holding it for months or years, they think, right, I'm waiting on this case to be closed, then it closes and then the price dumps. So they think, right, that's XRP's a joke, I'm out. It's got clarity, the case is over, and then it still dumps. So that's what I would be expecting. I would be expecting some negativity from XRP before it erupts. Because if you were to do it the other way, and because think it this way, right? So what the market, if XRP was just to pump immediately from the case ending to the moon, that would mean that everyone's got a chance to, they see the good news for XRP, that the case has ended, so they go buy some, and then they ride it, 10x, 15x from buying a good news story. It just doesn't happen like that. It can't happen like that. There will be some trickery in there to take money off people who think it's going to be easy money, basically. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting some trickery on XRP, whether that's a scary news story narrative to go along with it, whether it's in conjunction with the war in Iran or the Mt. Gox FUD, whatever it is, I'm expecting some trickery with XRP. I'm not expecting immediate moon. But on the grand scheme of things, that's really good that the case is over. Ripple's got out unscathed. I'm sure Bragg Garden House posted that it was 95 or 98% less than the SEC was asking for. So I think the SEC was asking for billions in fines. And they managed to reduce that by over 90% of what they were asking for, because the full thing was a bit of a scam. So yeah, I'm really pleased that that's it over. And in fact, maybe the trickery and the fear is that the SEC is to appeal the decision, and then that causes the crash, and then after a few days they're like, oh no, in fact we're not appealing it. Then it pumps. You need to expect trickery. You need to expect it to be sleazy, because that's just how they operate. Andrew's saying he doesn't know if we can have any more max pain from XRP. I know, mate. One sec, I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. If you're having a coffee now too, cheers. So Conrad's saying, personally, I don't think the XGB token will crash too hard. Everyone bought in at a similar price, so no point selling just to get your investment back or at a loss. Mind you, emotions panic. Yeah, exactly, because the thing with LimeWire was that, in fact, I'll get it up on TradingView. It's better on TradingView. So I'll get up a different chart because I'm sure that one's got. So the thing with LimeWire was, that the launch price for LimeWire. So just to show you this, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it was these prices, but yeah, if I get this wrong, correct me. So the pre-sale prices on LimeWire was 20 cents if you locked it up or held it, and 30 cents. So just to show you, so here is the this is the launch price here, 20 cents and 30 cents, and people sold at 19 cents, 13 cents, 10 cents, 8 cents, 7 cents, 6 cents, 5 cents, way under the seed round prices, way under the pre-sale prices people were selling. From its launch, it never seen those prices again for 175 days. So yeah, prices went way below the pre-sale price on LimeWire, from 30 cents all the way down to 7 cents, 6 cents. I'm sure we bought the CC Pro basket at 6 cents. So yeah, although it doesn't make sense, as you're saying, Conrad, it doesn't make sense to sell. Why would you sell your pre-sale in a loss? That's ridiculous. Like, you should be buying more. But as you said at the end of your message, mind you, emotions panic, exactly, and that's what takes over in those situations. Emotions panic. Oh, wait a minute, this is actually a scam. I need to sell this. That's the thought process when this is moving down. But if you have experience in the crypto market, you buy when it goes down, which we did we bought for the CC Pro basket, and it did thousands of % gains. So imagine you bought LimeWire here, then you sold it way down here, and then it ripped one of those. That is what you need to be prepared for in crypto. That is how it goes. So from, I'm sure it was 6 cents we bought in the CC Pro basket, 2,800% gains. And we did take profit in the CC Pro basket. I think the profit we took it wasn't up at all-time highs. It was way lower than that. I'm sure we took profit around maybe 80, 90 cents, maybe a little bit higher, but we never caught the absolute top. But as I always say in all my content, you shouldn't try and time the absolute top or the absolute bottom. You should just try and get in or out on average, rather than trying to time it, because it's really difficult to time the market. So yeah, take that difficulty out. But anyway, back to the news. That was a bit of a side quest there. I'll get back to the chat. Going to have a sip of this cold coffee, and then we'll get back. I wanted to cover as well on this stream the Bitcoin dominance, which is it's a big one. It's an important one. Oh. So yeah, sip of coffee, BRB. Dazzy's saying last few months have been the hardest for me in crypto, the March pump, then this shit market. Since then, it's been super hard to deal with. Very grateful for CC keeping us right. It's very difficult. It has been very difficult, and yeah, the reason that it is so difficult is I'm going to get up a chart to show. So yeah, here is the altcoin market. The reason that it's so difficult on your emotions this past few months is because of this. So anyone who's been in crypto a while, this is the bottom of the bear market. Then we finally, after years, break out of the bottom of the bear market and we pump really hard. So we pump 168% in market cap from 400 billion to 1.2 trillion. That is obscene gains in the market. So when we pump out of there, everyone gets under the same feeling that this is it, we're off. Like, all of my hopes and dreams, they are around the corner. I'm ready to do my profit taking plan. I'm ready, let's go. Like, this is it. This is what I've been waiting 2 years for, 3 years for. This is what I've been working towards. All my spare time, all my spare money is all been getting into this. And then bang, $500 billion is wiped off the market just as you're starting to get excited. $500 billion. All your gains erased. So the only reason it's so difficult is because we've just managed to get out of the bear market, and then all of those gains get wiped back out again. But as I've shown on streams before, it is common and natural. You don't just go up in a straight line, you do need to correct. So yeah, it has been difficult. Even when you know these things and you're expecting these things, it's still difficult, still very difficult to deal with. Seeing your portfolio crash is very difficult. Crypto is very difficult. Morning, RJ. CN is not panicked but need money for cost of living. Debating if I should try and get a loan. Self-employed and student, so not a good candidate. Can I get some perspective? Do you mean get a loan to buy crypto, or do you mean to get a loan for the cost of living crisis? What you mean in there, CN? Also said that I've got metals and crypto, so wondering what would be a better thing to sell. That's a good question. Oh, right. So, yeah, CN's saying, can you explore the reasons could actually be people needing money for the cost of living versus panic? No, because if you're struggling with the cost of living, you should not be investing in cryptocurrency at all. Because in crypto, you need to have years. Even in stocks, you need to have years. Like, I've shared stocks in CC Pro Alpha, and some of the stocks you need to wait 5 years, 10 years for gains. So if you're struggling with the cost of living, you shouldn't be investing because the markets are brutal, and any of that money that you're investing can drop 90%. So yeah, the people who panic or sell or whatever, if it's because of the cost of living crisis, they shouldn't be investing. You should get yourself in a position of stability, I would say, before investing, because it's just the markets are absolutely brutal, especially crypto. If you're struggling with the cost of living crisis, I would maybe invest in the stock market, maybe. But again, even that's risky as well. So yeah. Jamie's saying that Flame and Envy have been killing his soul beyond belief. Patience is being tested majorly. Yep, it is. Across the board, it's brutal times. If I had 1k, what would I be eyeing up? I'd probably be buying a thematic on SwissBorg, to be honest. I would be buying a thematic because the whole market has crashed. So yeah, buying a thematic on SwissBorg exposes you to a larger variety of the market. So that's what I would be doing on that. And to finish on a bit of bullish prediction, bullish news, Bitcoin bulls revisit 100k year-end target as Bitcoin spikes over 62k. Regardless of the next 60 days, the bull market will continue along traditional 4-year cycle lines with solid gains in October and November, one trader said. Bitcoin surged over 62k briefly before retreating following a broad market rally that reversed steep losses from earlier in the week. Some analysts predicted a 100k target for the crypto later this year. The rally was influenced by a favourable stock market sentiment. Really? Is there a favourable stock market sentiment? I don't think so. And expectations of Bitcoin mirroring the past market cycles, with liquidated short positions contributing to the surge. Yeah, that is why the prices move so fast after the crash, and why we see huge wicks, because after all of those shorts are liquidated, we can just absolutely surge as they need to buy back into the market, closing those shorts. So yeah, that's why we see such aggressive moves after we bottom, and we see those large wicks at bottoms as well. So the US markets rallied on Thursday, with the S&P 500 marking its best day since November 2022. Again, that ties in with what I've just said. So the stock market got absolutely destroyed, but because of that and all of those shorts positions needing to get closed, it marked its best day since November 2022. And the tech-heavy Nasdaq rising 3%. This helped reverse losses from a Monday rout, which saw major losses across the stock indexes and cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin jumped 7% in the last 24 hours, one of its biggest single daily percentage gains in the recent months. The move liquidated nearly $100 million in shorts and bearish bets on Bitcoin tracked futures. The $100 million liquidation was the fourth largest hit for Bitcoin bearish bets this year. Some market watchers attributed the gains to a favourable stock market, again repeating itself. Now that the Bank of Japan has indicated they will not raise rates further, and jump trading will run out of coins to sell, just like Germany did a few weeks ago. Regardless of the next 60 days, the bull market will continue along traditional 4-year, again repeating. If Trump wins, a rush of new buyers could take the price of Bitcoin over $100,000. Okay. October and November are historically strong months for Bitcoin, which is true, especially in the year of the halving and the year after. Bitcoin's rise revived gains among major tokens. Ether and Ton surged 10%. Solana and Cardano rose 5%, and XRP slightly dropped after a 17% surge on Thursday, likely profit taking. So the broad-based CoinDesk liquidation index tracking the largest tokens zoomed 5%. So, yes, there is light at the end of the tunnel. However, we are still in August. So, still in the summer. We all know what happens in the summer. If the market is to shock us or surprise us before the Q4, then that's amazing. I'll be happy with that. But my expectations are clear and they're set that I'm expecting some scary stuff to happen over the next few weeks, maybe even the next few months, before we can get really going in this market. CN's just saying, would love to see you discuss what to sell as the slow horses to cover the huge cost of living. Would make a great video discussion. I wouldn't sell that, so I can answer that right now. I wouldn't sell anything to cover the cost of living. What I would do is get an extra job, and there is millions of extra jobs out there right now. The job that I would definitely get would be a delivery job, which I did, and I've done for over 10 years when I was investing. And yeah, that's what I would use to help cover the cost of living. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would go out and get an extra job, just work extra hours. If I had investments, and basically just, so yeah, that's what I would do. I would, rather than selling my investments just to survive, because if you do that, what kind of hope is there? If you don't have investments and you're selling the investments to survive, then there's no, what are you waiting for? Basically, you just be waiting for a miracle. So rather than sell investments to survive, I would get an extra job, deliveries, Amazon, whatever it is. Then that can pay for my living whilst I service my investments. So yeah, that extra job is just keeping my head afloat while my investments fluctuate violently. Then when if the market does get good anytime soon, then you can stop that extra job. Then you can take some profit to cover the cost of living. But yeah, I wouldn't be, if I bought assets, you buy them for a reason. And to cover the cost of living, I would get an extra job. I would just live on cans of Monster. That's what I done. I worked roofing. I worked roofing from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 4:30 p.m. till 11 p.m. I did deliveries. My diet consisted of fast food and cans of Monster to keep me going. But in the background, I knew that all of the work I was doing was going to pay off eventually when my investments flipped good, which it did. In 2020, I was able to leave my full-time roofing job and leave my delivery job, which was cool. In fact, a story on that. So I'm sure in 2020, in fact it was 2019, so when the market started to move up in 2019, that is when I was able to quit my delivery job. And then in November 2020, I was able to, so a year later, I was able to quit my roofing job because of my investments. So yeah, it is possible. It is possible. And yeah, final one to wrap up. Why would you be able to discuss why SwissBorg isn't getting the traction? I love it, but I don't see why it's not getting attention on new users. So it's a market-wide thing. It always is a market-wide thing. People are not interested in crypto right now. We see it across every metric, everywhere. No one is interested in crypto. When you're in crypto, it becomes a bit of an echo chamber and you think everyone's interested in it, but 99% of people do not care about crypto, or they think it's a scam, or they think it's a load of rubbish. The only way that people will get interested in crypto is when Bitcoin rips over $100,000. Then when that happens, people say, right, where do I buy Bitcoin? And then people will say, buy it on SwissBorg. That's the best app. Then people get onboarded. If you look at the chart of SwissBorg users, the all-time highs of new users is at the all-time highs of Bitcoin. It's the same every cycle for every company. So, yeah, we need the crypto market to get more popular, for SwissBorg to get more popular. But the good thing is they've been building for years in the background, and they're ready for that new wave of new crypto holders, crypto investors, crypto users. So, yeah, it's just that we are so early in this market. As I say, 99% of people don't care about crypto. And when that number starts to rise and more people are interested, the number of new users will rise as well. It's just that we are early adopters. We are early to this space. That's why we're here, and we, see and use apps like SwissBorg, because we're just the early ones. We're the early adopters. So, yeah, that is still to come, and that will come with a euphoric bull market onboarding all of these new users. But yeah, that is all for me. Thanks very much for tuning in to today's Coffee and Crypto. Hope you have a good day. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more, leave a like or a comment down below. Let us know what you think. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers.